Y'all, I genuinely cannot get enough of 4 seasons on Netflix. I want to be a part of the friend group. Let's get into it. Hey y'all, hey, if you're new here, this is the Media Sip. I am Hey Media Moni, and we talk about all things TV, media, movies, and so much more. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to stay in the know, and turn on those notifications so you can see when we post a new video. Right now, though, I have to talk about 4 seasons on Netflix. It has been one of the best original shows that they've come out with in a long time. And every time they drop a new season, baby, I am set and I watch it from the beginning to the end. And this latest season was exactly the same. So, of course, I was tuned in because anytime you give me Coleman Domingo, Tina Fey, and my favorite of all favorites of all time, the Steve Carell, the Michael Scott, Prison Mike, like all the things. I love Steve Carell. He will forever have a place in my heart because The Office is one of my absolute favorite shows. So off the top, seeing those three, I was like, oh yeah, count me in. And then just to build up the cast, all of the couples are just so likable. And, at the end of season 1, so this is a spoiler alert, okay? Because we getting into it. So if you ain't watched, listen to me get hype about it and go watch it. But if you don't want to know any spoilers, go ahead and watch, then come on back, okay? But for me, the dynamics that were shown in this latest season just hit differently. Y'all know, if you don't know and you're new here, I just turned 35. So for me, seeing these deep, such beautiful, multi-layered friendships that have survived over the years and seeing all of these different versions of each other and friendship in itself was so inspiring for me. The main one that I really want to shout out is the relationship between Coleman Domingo and Tina Fey's characters, Danny and Kate. So Danny, of course, is married to Claude. They are gay. They are wonderful. We love them. This season took them into living and moving to Italy. They were at one point discussing children, just like all these major life changes. And Kate is married to Jack, where not a lot of major life changes happening there. They really just have like the consistent good marriage, which isn't a bad thing, but it's also like, Kate has her things and then Jack has his things, but they don't really have a lot together. And Danny and Kate out of the friend group have such a deep bond with each other. Like they're all cool, but like in a friend group, it's like, okay, we all friends, we're all together, all the things, we're gang. But there's always just like one or two, or sometimes it's a little trio that are just more connected. And within this friend group, Danny and Kate just connect on such a deeper level for me. And it's so beautifully done because they have such an understanding of one another with no judgment and just like unconditional love. And it completely avoids that stereotypical archetype of like, oh, you're the gay bestie, so you're essentially just like an accessory on my arm. And, they didn't do that to Coleman Domingo in this role at all. Coleman Domingo as Danny shows so much humanity in this role. We all know Coleman Domingo can act, baby, but this role felt so natural and innate to him. And it almost made me think like, I wonder if he has these friendships in his everyday life, which I pray that he does because it's such a beautiful depiction. The other dynamic that I really want to shout out about this season, the newest season of 4 seasons on Netflix, is my girl Anne. Okay, so a little backstory. Anne was married to Nick, which was played by Steve Carell. Steve Carell, unfortunately, spoiler alert, passes away. God bless him and God bless me. But Steve Carell in the show plays Nick and passes away. In the meantime, though, while that is going on, his wife Anne and the entire friend group finds out that he had a little side piece. Come on, y'all know that Southern Soul song? I left home. I want to get a copyright strike. My bad, but side piece, okay? So Nick was in an entanglement with Jenny, played by Erica Henningsen. Beautiful woman. Great depiction of this character. I'm going to tell you when I know an actress or an actor is really good. When I don't like you, like I saw her in an interview doing something else, and I was like, look at her. Cheated with Ann's husband. Like, you know you're so good when I can't. I know it's not you in real life, but girl, you played that role so good. But yeah, in the aftermath of them dealing with Nick's untimely transition, they also find out that Jenny's pregnant. So this season takes us into how Anne, the surviving wife, reacts to this, because this was the other twist. Nick died before he signed the divorce papers from Anne. So technically, when he passed away, Anne was still the wife, and Jenny was just like the side piece, who's also carrying his child. So it started off with them kind of being at odds, like, and almost to the point like lawyers were involved. Like, y'all, it got a little messy. To ultimately just like evolve into them coming together and showing like real love and family support to raise this baby together. And when I tell y'all, it was just so beautiful. But my girl, Anne, I got to talk about Anne, because Anne is depicted as just like this older woman, played by Carrie Kinney Silver, phenomenal actress. So expressive with that face of hers. I'm telling you, she's good. But she had kind of lost herself in being like the mom and the wife and all the things. And it's like, well, the kids are grown now and your husband passed away, but now this lady's having his baby. So it's like she really went through such like this revolutionary renaissance of just like recreating herself, had a little fling on the beach, ultimately like moved to Italy and just like found herself again. And the writing in the show is so good. There was a scene where Anne was describing herself, while on a phone call with Jenny. And she's just like, oh, I used to just be, wild and free and running around East Village. And she's like, now I don't even recognize who I am. And Jenny poured into her so beautifully. She's like, that's not the Anne that I've seen. Like the one that I've experienced has been fearless and saved my life. And, and it was just like, it was such a beautiful depiction to see, even as an older woman, even you've raised the kid. And this is for a lot of the women in the show. It's like you've raised the kids and you've done the things. But it's like you still have your friend group. You still have yourself. These kids have moved out. Your husband has found, new friends. And just like all these things are evolving around you. And it's like instead of losing yourself in the constant changes, you can find you can find this more like a pure version, a brighter, younger, more inspired version of yourself. Y'all, this is such a great show. And when I tell you I am barely scratching the surface, I gotta, of course, go back to Coleman Domingo. That final scene, the final scenes with his mom. So, like I said, Danny and Claude, gay couple, living in Italy, living their best life. Danny's mom, Danny is Coleman Domingo, she hurts herself. She's, and listen, again, one thing that you start to learn as you get older is your parents raise you and they take care of you, but there comes a time where you got to take care of them. And that is literally where Danny is. And he has such a vulnerable moment with his mother, played by, she was on Fresh Prince, beautiful Black woman. Oh my gosh, love her so much. Wait, I gotta look this up. Because the scene that they shared together when she was in that hospital bed was so heartfelt and some of the best acting that I've seen Coleman Domingo do in this entire series. Yes, played by Vernee Watson Johnson. Y'all know her from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Beautiful woman. And she's a great actress as well. But they have a moment where Danny is telling his mom, Beverly, like, Mom, do you remember who I was before my husband? And she was like, yeah, you was a little asshole. He's like, Mom, he saved me. He's so good to me. He loves me. And all he wants to do is live in Italy. So he's like, Mom, you got to move to Italy with us. You got to move to Italy. And she's like, I'm not moving to Italy, boy. I grew up in Philadelphia. All I know is Philly. I ain't leaving Philly. And he's just sobbing to her and crying like, Mom, please. And in that moment, his husband comes in and is like, okay, we're moving back. We're going to take care of you. I don't want to hear it. And it's just like, just that love, that pure love being shown. And just showing like, yeah, man, like who you marry and who your partner is in this life really matters, because these are the people you have to make real life decisions with. These are the people that you have to trust to consider not only what's best for you, but often best for your family, for your parents, just all the things. Y'all, this is a great watch, and it's a smooth watch. Like, I got to episode 6 and hadn't even realized I was that late in the game. Make sure that you check it out. Let me know who your favorite characters are if you have watched 4 seasons. If you have not watched it yet, this is a great, and baby, you got, good multiple seasons. You know how we do, baby. This is the media sip. Pour you up a little drink, baby. It could be tea or tequila. It could be water, wine, or whiskey. Whatever you like, pour it up, tune in, and let me know what you think. Check out 4 seasons on Netflix. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Hey Media Moni for the Media Sip, and in the words of Jerry Springer, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll catch you in the next video.